So you've made it all the way to the end of Avowed, and you want to know how best to deal with Inquisitor Lödwyn, if at all. Well, you've come to the right place, as through the magic of save-scumming, we Avowed experts here at Radio Times Gaming have explored the majority of the available options. Let's get to it. For most playthroughs, the best option at the end is simply to fight Inquisitor Lödwyn and put her down for good. It's a decent boss battle that shouldn't give you too much trouble. Once she's fallen for the last time, the epilogue will start. But with the magic of save-scumming, we can go through what your options are and what happens if you pick them. First, as we mentioned, the easiest way to end the game is simply to fight Inquisitor Lödwyn one last time. After being revived a few times, she'll finally collapse and the game will end.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You really kill me.
Let's finish this.
You won't.
Once you're god of play!
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
This is what we prepared for. No more.
Come on! Let's kill her off. One last time!
Whoa! Queen among queens! Send me your aid! Ethic worth and strong!
Make worth and rob! Make worth and rob!
Wherever Ludwin is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together. Guys, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
A way to get around this is if you have 15 plus intelligence, which should be a fairly easy respec if you've got the money, you can argue with Ludwin until they lose faith in their god Woedica and drop dead on the spot. The game will then end and you get to watch the epilogue. Though it's not quite as climactic as a big battle, we're quite fond of this ending.
So, you survived the Garrote. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? Good. Look around. He fell.
Her order wields sharp steel.
You can tell Woedica yourself once we've sent...
Don't insult my intelligence or my treaties can be... As for you, Sapadal's chain, I don't know. Judgment has been... Steal yourself.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You will. You must. You have no choice. Face me and die with honor. Or fall to your knees and die as a coward. How you die doesn't matter, but you will die. Every vestige of Sapadal must be wiped from this earth. The burned queen demands it.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
Blasphemy. Sapadal is a clot in the heart of the world. What should they matter to the true gods of Eora? Your god will meet their end just as soon as I'm through with you. Hear me, envoy. I am the avatar of the burned queen, the goddess of retribution. I am her sword arm, her will in the world. And so long as I can fight, I will be her champion.
But she failed to ensnare the living lands, and we are free. How long until Woedica finds a new avatar?
I've done all that I could. She sees that. She must. It isn't my fault. Whenever you could, you stood in my way. I believed we were alike, Envoy. That when the time came for you to prove your loyalty, you would choose Adir. I believed the dream of our future, of our resurgent empire, would move you as it does me. And if that failed, I believed the Burn Queen would stop you. Yet here you stand before me, my enemy, unopposed by the gods. Why?
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wotica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
No! The Burned Queen witnessed my devotion and accepted me as her champion. I don't need anything else. I can still prevail. I must. I feel her fire in me. I know I do.
Do you?
Wotica, my lady! Where are you?
No answer.
No! It's not true!
Shame. Suffocating shame.
Stop! I can't! No! 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 Forgive me! Wotica!
Wherever Ludwin is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together. Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Now, if you've decided that you want to join the Steel Garotte, you can pledge your allegiance. If you informed your companions and the other political leaders of the Living Lands that you were going to do this, your companions won't be here, so it's just you and Inquisitor Lödwyn. But, depending on choices you've made in the game, Inquisitor Lödwyn can do one of two things. The first one is that she'll decry you as a traitor and chop your head off.
The sad hunter. The... Ah. Is it true, Envoy? Has the Burn... Excellent. Pledge yourself to the Steel Garotte, and you'll have the strongest fighting force in all of Aora at your beck and call. But I wonder, how serious is your commitment? I'll be the judge. Before I accept you to renounce Sappadal, disavow yourself of your corrupted essence. Only then, when you're... I see you're putting your education to good use. Renounce them again, Again.
Free us only to cast us into the dirt. What have you done?
Very good, Envoy. Now. Excellent. With this blade, I double. Traitor! Unworthy of Wotica's accolade! In the end, the Imperial envoy died with honor. As their blood soaked into the soil of their homeland, their soul departed for parts unknown, either to be imprisoned, reborn, or consumed by the gods. The Steel Garotte stood vigil over these lands for years to come. Under our watch, no child was born with the tainted mark of Sabadal.
But, according to some Avowed experts online, there is an ending that lets you become BFFs with Ludwin and rule the living lands together rather than losing your head. Given the scope of the game and all the choices you make, we weren't able to try this one out for ourselves, and it requires some big choices to be made pretty early on and all the way throughout the game, to be honest, so good luck with all your evil intentions. If you fancy being in charge of the Steel Garotte but haven't made quite the right decisions, or you simply just want it all for yourself, you can usurp Ludwin. This is more of a fun dark ending, but dark nonetheless. All you need to do is not kneel to Ludwin, defeat her, and your baddies of choice will be in power with you at the helm, with the added benefit of not being decapitated. You'll also get to see an epilogue where the envoy now commands the Steel Garotte.
To the Steel Garotte, and you'll have... But I wonder... I'll be the judge. Before I accept you into the Steel Garotte, renounce... I thought this might happen. Farewell, envoy. Once... Your god of flesh!
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding it. You feel Sabadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The Adiran forces assemble around you, ready to accept new orders. Whatever happens next, their loyalty is yours. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so. The dream scourge is over. You tell them the truth. The Living Lands is now a colony of the Adiran Empire, and you are its king. The Ascendant Steel Garotte demand that you rule them with a strangling fist, and you oblige them. Under your leadership, all worship of the gods is outlawed, save for worship of Wodaka. You replace the settlement's leaders with loyal captains from the Steel Garotte, and your followers work tirelessly to tame the frontier. Though you promise them an age of order and discipline is just over the horizon, peace forever feels just out of reach. You find yourself looking over your shoulder. You wait for a knife in the back. You showed the rebels of Paradise mercy, but they can never trust the Empire. You showed the rebels of Paradise mercy once, but they can never The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. The older Thirdborners who remember Rawatai know that life under an empire is cyclical. In time, Adir's might will fade. But the younger kith of the settlement remember what Thirdborn used to be, while having lost so many to an archmage's spell, and straining under the yoke of an empire. Despite the line of Adiran ships bearing fine goods, their rage is a powder keg that sits and waits. For a brief but hopeful moment, Solace Keep opens the fortress doors to the new rulers of the living lands, allowing adherents to come and go as they please. But when Kai leaves the living lands, he is no longer running. As the flames die down in Paradise, Marius finds himself in the familiar state of being alone. He bids farewell to those he has come to know as companions and sets off for the wilderness, where he finds solace in the constant battle for survival. Aside from trips to Paradise or Thirdborn for supplies, he keeps his distance from civilization, disappearing into the wilds and taking his doubts and anxieties with him. Giada learned much in your time together. How to stand no longer under the threat of imminent death. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal has questions about what happens tomorrow and the day after. An eerie quiet pulls you out of reverie. Your enemies are vanquished, and you alone stand triumphant. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
And on that, we hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please do consider giving us a thumbs up, sharing this video for any other Avowed fans who are stuck at the end. If you're really feeling generous, please do subscribe to the Radio Times Gaming YouTube channel for more guides, previews, reviews and more. And don't forget to check out the website too for even more goodies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.